Sweet. This is live. We are ready to go, and I have upgraded our slideshow too, so the slideshow is nice and ready. Yeah. This is what we've got now. Okay. Let's see. I've heard that a few other people are trying to get in, but they should be able to. This time it's all open. It's all open for you guys.
It should
Hopefully,
be at least.
yeah. Hopefully it stays that way too. I wouldn't want it to like crash or anything. I know it did at one point. But yeah, this seems like we're gonna get some more questions this time instead of just two people yapping for 2 hours. Was it? I don't know.
Yeah, a little bit more than
Yeah, that was so. I felt so bad. I was like, all this fun information and all the opportunities to learn more, and dang. Hey. Well, hopefully this slideshow is as good as I thought it would be. Um, Here is first we're just gonna talk about the Fazor mushroom. You know, the one thing that's kind of started the whole bit of what we're gonna be talking about. this is this is what it looks like. I know a lot of you thought that it was going to be brightly colored, you know, like maybe a tan color or orange or something, but no, it's kind of boring-ish, but for Phasor it isn't necessarily what's the word? It still stands out, you know? Yeah. Um
yeah.
because usually mushrooms in Phasor are usually a lot smaller or a little rounder. So, and being that this mushroom is like the mushroom. It's the one thing that sustains their population. Um, so they better know what it looks like. And so for our next slide, I added a little bit of stuff about the crown here because I know we had talked about the royals, and
Oh, we'll get to the royal.
oh, we'll get there. We'll get to the royals. And so I'm gonna probably stay on this slide for a little bit, let people read this. Chat, how we feeling? um, do you guys can you read the stuff okay from what I'm from this slideshow? Is this showing up for you guys? And by you guys, I mean Lady Doom. How you
Singular.
feeling? Being like the only one that showed up on time. Kudos to you though.
You made it. Yippee.
Yay. The
I
bros
have no
in
clue.
control? Oh no.
I completely forgot where the channel for the questions is.
It's in the corner, buddy.
It is.
It's
I didn't notice.
oh, I see. Okay, are you able to read the slideshow?
It should be in a little bit high-ish quality, so hopefully. Yay!
Well, yeah, you too though. You can see this too, right? I can zoom in too if this helps.
Yes, I can see it.
You can see it
My favorite
now.
electric rock technology.
And now we've lost all professionalism.
Since when was there professionalism in the first place?
Since the beginning of since the 4th of Neverary.
I put the fun in professional.
How do you spell that?
I know.
You don't know? Okay, wimpy
Exactly.
brain.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, let
okay.
me just count up these questions here.
Count up what questions?
The ones I have written down.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay. I'm not exactly seeing a lot of people. But hey, we got one. We got one. That is better than last time.
I have 16, and a lot of these have like multiple internal questions. So
Oh
that
yeah,
should be enough.
we'll
Plus,
be here a
if Lady
while.
do not have questions,
Oh
I've got time to kill.
yeah. Here, can we read this, or do I have to also zoom in on this too?
I can read it.
Whoa, okay. Now that is enough.
Alright, I don't think I can read it anymore.
Alright, alright, alright. Okay, so, for Lady Doom here, since, you are the only one, um, since you're the only one listening, you get to hear all about this. So, the Unconphasians, the alien species we are talking about, they have these magics here, and they've got 10 of them, and these are basically just all the combinations that you can get. That yes, there are other magics that could exist, but the Unconphasians do not have them. So this is about it. I think didn't we say it was 55? I think it was 55 different magics here.
I
Um,
think.
yeah, the light and dark ones over here, they get their own special area because those ones are specific to the royals. We love the royals. They're fancy.
Is it royals and above or just royals?
No, it's just royals. The royals are very special. They get ancient artifacts and magical mind controlling powers and whatnot. So
We don't talk about that.
we don't. What do you mean? What do you mean? It's my favorite thing to talk about. We we love the mind control, don't we all? Well, um, along with the other graph, we have the likelihood. This is fist point. Fist point.
Oh
That
my.
I mean, okay. That that makes sense.
That's a wonderful idea.
Well, you okay. I told you last time.
It was once, it was
I-
once, it was
okay,
once, it was
you
once.
that
It was
is your
once.
only ticket. You only get to use it once. That you've used it up.
Okay.
Cause let me tell you, it's right in my ear, and
Oh.
that
Oh
one's,
yeah,
yeah, that one's it's a pretty loud sound there.
I
Okay,
forgot.
okay. All is forgiven. So the likelihoods, these are all of the same magics that you can see on the other graph, but these are without using like gender or genes or any of that. This is just the most basic, dumbed down likelihoods of what magic you might get if you were to become an Unconphasian. And so yeah, this is pretty cool. I really it took me a long time to get this all sorted into a format like this, but it was definitely worth it. So that is fun. So for the Unconphasians, they are, th- you know, they're not exactly mammals or reptiles or anything. They're kind of more fungi at this point because they come from a mushroom. And the way they do this is, let's say we just take any other animal, right? You can just take like a dog, a pig, and we take that that animal, and basically the spores of the mushroom, if they inhale it or if they come in contact with it, or so in some way the spore goes into their body, it will then cause a reaction that will turn them into an Unconphasian. And so I think, yeah, here's just a cool graph that we had also talked about. This is where we spent most of our time last time. The common bloods here. This is where most of the basic magic comes from. Then we have the royals. They have their shadow magic and stuff. So if you have blue blood, you specifically have the ability to manipulate shadows or light, depending on I think did I base it on gender? I wasn't sure. I mean, maybe
I don't remember
no.
that.
I don't think
Better
we talked about that.
Question is, you never did say that it was of course exclusive, but not that it was the only ones they could have.
I thought I did say that. Well, newsflash,
Well, since
the
I wrote down
royals
all
can
of these, I don't think you did.
the royals can only have shadow and light, so they can't have any of the other magics. But because so no, they can't have the other magics, but that's also because they have special privileges, like mind control. Their royal command is kind of, super cool, right? And so they can't be too overpowered,
also-
you see.
But let me add, a common blood, least amount of magic, can still easily kill a royal.
Could they though? Because here, another point that we're going to
Sniper
get
rifle.
to. Another point that we're going to get to though, is their beast form. They have their own little beast form. And when I
have
say
a lot
little,
of questions about that.
when we say little, I don't mean little, but they have a beastie kind of form that is mainly used to amplify their voice so that they can use their royal command more to defend themselves, to fight for the throne. Because going to this page here, the traditional way to get the throne would be to kill the one that is enthroned. Or in current.
Burn, blister, blaze? Who's that?
What? No way. Is that a reference to a different book series? No, I think it's no. I mean, yes, it is. Yes, but I didn't get it from that. No.
It's different.
It's
same,
different.
but different.
Where's your soundboard when you need it?
Not being able to be used.
Alright, so the beast form is question.
Question?
That is actually a funny question. So I'm kind of workshopping it partly, but I'm pretty sure the most basic answer I can give is it kind of just melds into a pocket dimension and is stored for later, for when they get out of their beast form. Because the royals, the gods, and the titans all have this beast form, and so if they're wearing anything at all, they have their own little pocket dimension that it goes to.
Because fan art.
My original idea was that, either the clothes just, ripped, but then I was like, wait, what happens when they go back? And then, I had this other idea where I was like, okay, what if it just, melts into their body, and it's, a part of their body for a second? But I thought that would be way
And
too
I could
disturbing.
ask the question of how it knows what clothes are.
Yeah, so...
Especially because they traditionally don't wear them.
No, they don't. Here's live pictures here I can show you. This is
live footage.
Live footage. They do not wear clothes. And we did, if you have questions about that, we did talk about it in our previous conversation, so if you have any questions, I would suggest going to my YouTube channel. I know it is 2 hours long, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in the last 40 minutes, last 30 minutes that we talked about the clothing and why they don't have clothing. And so this is the closest they get to clothes. This slide here is the closest that they get to clothes. So talking about the royals here, so the magics they have, okay, they have their beast form, their mind control, the light magic, and so that is kind of, they're royals for a reason. The common bloods, they fall into like into this mind control stuff, and so they're like forced into it because their blood type here, you can see that the blood type is lower than the royals. And so there's a lot of key factors, and we did talk about this a lot in our part 1. So again, if you have any questions that we've already gone over, I do highly suggest trying to find it in the video on YouTube. A lot of the questions can probably get answered there. We have let's see, the gods here. They
More people.
more people. You're so excited about that. So the gods are they do fall prone to the royal command as well, but they're kind of like baby versions of Titans. And when I say that, I just mean smaller and weaker, not actual babies. The gods will never become Titans, but that's my comparison, just from like a bodybuilder to a newborn baby. That's yeah.
AK-47 to nuclear bomb.
Yep. Hello, Iris. How are you? What was that gasp?
I know that name.
You know that name? You know Iris
know that
makes
name.
stuff? I'm pretty
I know
sure
the name.
you know the name. I'm pretty sure it's Iris and they make stuff. Just maybe.
No way.
Yeah.
I just had an idea for the soundboard. Give me a moment. Let
No,
me
no,
cook.
no. Okay. Ooh, I love that question. So, yes. So again, that was kind of talked about in part 2, in part 1, but so I can go over that real quick. So the gods, this little note that I have right here at this Zaruvite. The Zaruvite is kind of what is in charge of what allows the royals to like control them, but there's also power level. So the royals with the royal command, it kind of overrides the amount of Zarvite. But let's say like up here we have this really light color of blood. That means they have a lot of Zarvite, and so they would have a lot of hesitation. And so with the hesitation stuff, it's kind of like that's how much resistance they have. But again, they do still follow under the command. The reason why they are above is because this graph here is mainly to show levels of Zarvite. This is kind of blood color, Zarvite, that kind of thing. The gods are technically, if we go here to this, I know it only has like the 3 different tiers, but we did talk about it. The gods are actually under. The gods are actually under. And this one, they're above, because of the blood levels of Zarvite here and that kind of thing. So that's why they are above. But technically, they would also fall under. If that answers your question. If you do have any other questions about that, a lot of it, we did talk about that for a while. You can all find that in part 1. Yeah, no problem. That's what we're here for. Okay, so yes, so we went over the Unconphasians so first they start as a different creature, then we get the mushrooms. The spores from the mushrooms will then turn them into Unconphasians, and let's see. once they are Unconphasians, they do not have any reproductive organs, okay? And so that is why they don't wear clothes, and this is, again, we went over this. This is an uncensored version of what they look like, okay? They, a lot of this was, we all talked about this in part 1, a lot of this was talked about. So, like, okay, big question, how do they reproduce? That is death. So once they die, their body then will host more Fazor mushrooms, because that's how they reproduce, is by getting more of these spores from the mushrooms, and so that's how they reproduce, because they're not their species isn't exactly just one set thing. It's whatever comes across the spores. So, like, humans in Faith for the Broken, there's Hope, there's basically the whole cast. There's I don't know why Hope is the only one. I know there's tons of names. But Hope is the only one that's coming to mind right now. I can think of others, but so humans, dogs, cats, anything, like Raza is here. I can hold on, I'm just gonna take 1 second. Boom, here we go. Here, Raza, right here. She is a cat turned into a Conphasian. Boom. Okay, and then we've got Clay, human. This was a possum, so this is, this is, all the things is, the Unconphasians come from other things, but they are all still one species due to being made from the same mushroom. So, again, a lot of it was talked about in part 1, and, we have, let's see, I think that was all that I wanted to summarize. People in the chat, please start typing up some more questions about just anything. I'm gonna start talking about the crowns here, because this is kind of something that nobody's really asked about, and so I just thought I would talk about it for a second. So, the crown, let's see if I can find, I have a picture of Enlightenment's crown. Emperor Enlightenment he was the emperor before Emperor Storm. Emperor Storm was before Clouddrop. Clouddrop is the current empress in Faith for the Broken. So he was a while ago, and so he, this is what his crown looked like, and then we go to this is Empress Corva. Corva's crown. This is hers, this is Storm's. So why does the crown change, and how do they get this magical floating crown? This is why. So the crown is an enchanted artifact that chooses the Emperor or Empress based on dominance. Dominance is, it's quote-unquote chooses, because it's kind of something that they don't understand completely, how the crown knows who is emperor. They don't know how, and so they've just continued to do the killing, because that's kind of how the crown works, is like whoever kills the emperor or empress, suddenly the crown is on them. And so the crown's appearance changes based on the ruler, but it will always be pieces of floating stuff around their head. And it changes based on, like, personality, based on colors, based on, like, what class they are, and when I mean class...
Does the previous owner of it have to die for it to be passed down?
Yes. So, cool thing, it's kind of like it has its own gravitational pull. You can't really take the crown off of anyone. So, like, if it just like floats around their head, you would have to kill them, or they would have to die. And so the Unconphasians do not have any other knowledge of how the crown works besides this, so they don't know if it can be taken away. There have been people that try to take the crown away, but when they try to, like, let's say, like, go into this, like, they try to take this little planet-looking thing, and they try to take it off and be like, hey, I've got part of your crown now. It's like trying to move a solid wall. It's like, it's glued in place. But then when it's floating around its head, it's floating as if it's like in the middle of it. It's, it's really light. It's really not glued in place. But, you try to take it off and it'll know that you're not the one that's the owner of the crown. And so it's a complicated ancient
I
artifact.
just maybe have one more soundboard usage. I think it'd really fit and be very funny.
Okay, fine. You get one more soundboard.
Dude, no, they took everything. That was my entire life saving.
Oh no, what? Oh man, okay.
I had the whole set. I made the whole set, like, right now.
I'm the one that tells lies. Dude, you ruined it.
Okay, alright. That one was loud. We're
Serious
going to,
now, continue.
You don't get any more privileges.
I'll lower the volume on those.
Okay. Let's go to your questions, everyone. Okay, Iris asked, do you have any examples of originally aliens that were made on Conphasians? So you mean, like, not human characters? Yes? Is that... I think so, because I do have examples from that. Let's see, in my amazing... Hey guys, I actually have all of my pictures this time, instead of just a few. So, we have, This is, Empress Empress Cloud Drop, guys. You can see this, yes? Oh my gosh. How long have you been on the other slide? Oh man, I keep forgetting you can't see the slideshow when I show you the images. But, sorry Discord, you don't get to see everything. You get the lame privileges. But, hold on, sorry, I got distracted. Let's see, Ace here. He is also, like a classic Unconphasian would look like. He is fire class. This is what a fire class would look like, but, I do think that he has, because I know he has sand element. Is that, hold on. In the fire stuff, I think sand is not a part of that. I'm pretty sure sand is, oh yeah, sand is rock and wind, so I think, I don't remember what my reasoning was, but I do know that Ace is definitely, he looks like he's from a fire tribe, but he does have, he should, traditionally he should be in the wind tribe, but he's not. Yeah. There's a lot of, hold on, I need to swap this again so you can see what I'm actually looking at now. Because I am looking at the slideshow at the moment. Because we're looking, so, where is it? Oh, I lost them. Here they are! The fire tribe. So, all these little T poses I have, these are not, like, set in stone what the Unconphasians look like. It's more of just, like, the main, what they should.
Current example.
Or, yeah, kind of just like the average, what the average one would look like. So, so he has, so he is, I do know that he is traditional. I do know that Ace is a traditional thing. But I think also, oh, no, okay. I had a brain fart, guys. I forgot. So these pictures of all these T poses, these are just for the 10 main tribes. They're not actually for the subclasses, so I haven't actually gotten to the Sand tribe yet. The Sand tribe is extremely similar to the Fire tribe. They just have, they have, like, cracked scales. They have lots of cracks that actually glow. So, kind of like this Water tribe here, where they have these little dots of bioluminescence, the Sand tribe also has bioluminescence, and so yep. Now I remember, guys. I remember what I did by myself. Alright, next question. Let's see. Does the Emperor, Empress rule over the royals? Over the other royals? Is that... Yeah, okay, right. So we did kind of... Yeah, that was talked about in part 1, but I can go over that real quick. So the Emperor, they do rule over the other royals in this order. So there's the Emperor and Empress, then there's the Prince and Princesses, which are the youngest of royal bloods that would be able to take the throne. Then there's Lord and Mistresses. The Lords and Mistresses, here it says they're kind of like mini presidents that have their own little tiny castles that kind of help maintain order or maintain the Emperor's will. So the Emperor will give like command, and then the Lords and Mistresses, they will basically make sure that those rules are being followed in their section of territory. And here, in my beautiful pictures that we now have, I brought us a map. Look, everyone! It's a map of Phasor! And so...
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, it is. And so, let's
As
say...
in, no, it's not. As in, that's not the slide it's on. There's not.
There's not... Oh! There we go. Now you can see it. Hey! I heard that. You know what?
Ta-da! The map.
Okay. Alright. So let's say, like, over in this area here, this is where the Emperor is, okay? He is in charge of whatever is over here. And so he's also in charge of this entire planet. This entire planet is extremely, extremely large. It's, like, half the size of Jupiter. So, it's huge. And so all of the Lords and Mistresses, they'll be, like, maybe, like, one over
Accidentally
here,
answered one of my questions.
one over here, like, and so they will help monitor the Emperor's will. So, the Emperor and Empress, they do have full control over the other royals, but the royal command is what doesn't work. It's like trying to teach a magician their own tricks. You can't mind control another royal. And so these lords and mistresses, they are not actually allowed to challenge for the throne. So they have their own little throne in their own little area. And so the reason why they can't, that is actually not because of what the crown does or what the blood will do, or no, that's just a like a cultural thing. It's mainly just a cultural thing where it's like, okay, you know, I'm too old to have the throne now because the emperor is younger than me, and so I'm not going to challenge them, is kind of what it is. And so that's, yeah. Here's another little map that I know you guys will probably enjoy. It's an elevation map, and they have 500-mile gaps, and you're thinking, wow, that's a huge gap. And let me tell you, it is. It is a large gap. Phasor has a lot of cliffs, like a lot of cliffs. There's also a lot of floating islands.
Scorpion Island.
There is a scorpion little archipelago there. You are happy with the maps, Iris? I am glad you like that. So another reason why there's these crazy cliffs that are so, like, there's such a huge gap in between these, is mainly just because of what the Titans have done. The Titans have just messed around with a bunch of stuff, especially like the Beast Titan and the Rock Titan. In the past, a lot of them have been really crazy. You can see here, you can even see footsteps from very large titans.
Very large cats.
Very large cats. Yes, it's canon now, guys. They're all cats. um
Does Fazor have tectonic plates? And if so, the tsunamis and earthquakes must go wild.
um so I haven't gotten that far. I do know that just as an Easter egg, because so pay attention, I said Easter egg, guys. So in these, you see these dark areas here are like huge openings to a completely under the ocean world. So I did mention this very vaguely in part 1, but there are little there are lots of like there's underground ecosystems and stuff that is like all under here, so I don't know for sure what my plan is with tectonic plates per se. But I do know that there is kind of so like there are natural disasters, but they are very different because there's usually a titan there that's either creating or stopping them. So they have mainly, I wouldn't say it's completely artificial, but they have a lot of artificial natural disasters, where it's usually a titan or a god that is controlling it. Like, here, we should have a picture. Please tell me I have a picture. If I don't have a picture, I'm gonna cry. Oh my gosh. I have all these pictures and not enough. Well, I do know that I have one here. Amani, we love her. We all know her. She is the god of weather. So...
That is a very different design.
What do you mean a very different design?
I swear that looks completely different.
From Amani's design? I'm pretty sure it looks very similar to Amani.
You might be thinking of a different character.
I think you're thinking of Thorn, the god of lasers.
No, a possum lady.
No, that is the possum lady.
That is...
That's Mrs. Possum there. I don't know what happened. I don't have any other pictures of her. I thought I had all of the characters, but it turns out I'm still missing them. Ugh. It kind of makes me sad. And I mean, hey, okay, hey, positive note. We have a lot more characters than we did last time. I have more than we did last time. But this is Amani. This is like I guess it's like a different view of her face, so it just looks different. But that is what she looks like. So like, again, you had said like tsunamis. They don't have like, that would be up to the water titan at that point. To see if it was like a wild tsunami, it would be, yeah. So, I think that is all that I wanted to go over. We can, hold on. I do know that we had this slide right here. This is kind of, oh, nope, you can't see it, guys. It's very poorly slapped together, but it's basically the average heights of what each beast form would look like. Or not look like, but how big in the size comparison. So we have here the beast class. Their beast form is usually not too terribly big, 7 feet tall. That is big for Unconphasians, because they average around like 4 feet to like 5'7". And so the like 7 feet is a big deal to them. The Sea Beast, we had talked about the Sea Beast class. They are slightly larger, but again, they're strictly for like water-based stuff, and like the Beast class is usually for land-based or sky-based. The Royals, however, are like twice the size. The Royals get quite big, and the Titans, the Titans are huge, and we can see that on the map, where you can quite literally see the footprints of the past Titans. And so, yeah, so these are Yep. This is just very again, this is not exactly what they look like. This is just, these are examples, and I kind of just slapped it together. I do know that, like, for a fact, the Empress Corva does not have a royal form that looks like this bird thing here. But yeah. So with the beast class, their beast forms do look similar to what they look like as an Unconphasian. Same with the Titans. The Titans, their beast Titan form thing looks extremely similar to what they look like as an Unconphasian. But for the sea creatures, and the royals, it looks a little more different. So, if we, I don't know, like, this kind of looks like Hope, but not really. But we're gonna pretend this is Hope. So her Titan form is very similar. Like, the ears are very similar for her. She still has her horns. She's got the bioluminescence. She's got, like, the same color of scales. But it's very, very large now. And so then we go to, let's see, I don't know. I don't have a good example. I don't have a good example. But let's say, like, this is Empress Cloud Drop right here. This, oh, no. Oh. Hold on, now I gotta use this. Boop, boop. Whoa! Okay. Nope, we're just, okay. Boom. This is Empress Cloud Drop now. And so this is, let's just, okay, she has fur, she has, like, a cat nose. This is what she looks like, okay? But then we go to, like, let's say she turns into her beast form. Let's say now she has, like, 4 horns, she has, like, 2 heads, and she doesn't have as much fur. And so it would look very different. Let's see if I can zoom out now, because I don't know what I did. Okay, it's a little zoomed out now. Oh, no, oh. Yay! So let's say this isn't actually an electric class, but a sea beast, okay? It's got, these long ears, it's got these spikes, it's got this cool little skinny tail, and now it turns into its beast form, and suddenly it looks like a giant seal. It doesn't look at all the same. And, like, even the colors might change. So that's kind of just a cool detail. Let's see if I can fix it. Okay. I am such a tech smart person, guys. Absolutely genius. So, yeah, I think that was everything that I wanted to go over. Do we have any other questions from anyone else? Wimpy Brain, that's you. Oh, shucks. You know what, we were having a lot more technical difficulties last time. So, you know what, I'm gonna reward you, audience. You wanna see something cool and amazing? Boom. We're going back to pictures. Boom! Look at this beautiful hot chunk of rock. Yes, I did call her hot. Oh, yes. Largest disaster that's happened. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys something way cool. Hope y'all ready for this. Boom. This is the greatest disaster. The greatest disaster was losing the Titans. And so you can see here, there's a lot of water missing, there's a lot of vegetation and ice missing. You can see, right here. This is the difference.
Alright, I'm finally back.
Hi, I'm answering a question. So this is what it would usually look like. There's a lot of ice here, there's a lot deeper waters, and there's a lot of, there's a lot more ice here. There's a smaller desert. We go back here, it's gone. It's all dying. Fazor is literally dying. So this is all happening during Faith for the Broken. So okay, we did talk about this. We talked about this in part 1. I think it was it near the end? I'm pretty sure, yeah. If you don't want to watch the full 2-hour video, I think it was right near the end. We had started talking about how the Titan essences. We talked about was that in the middle? I'm not entirely sure. The Titan essences. The magic around the Titans are connected to the planet. If there isn't a host that is like, if there isn't, that's not the right. Oh. So if like Sirius, if there isn't a Titan that is ready and available to like hold the magic power of the Titans, then it starts to take a toll on the planet, because then the essence of the Titan magic is kind of just free floating. It's just everywhere, and so it starts to just do this to the planet. And usually it doesn't happen this long, because there's usually at least like half of the Titans that would be alive. And so the way they died is Emperor Storm. Don't we just love Storm? He is the one that is in charge of massacring the Titans, and he kept it that way. And so Faith for the Broken, basically the whole plot, Empress Clouddrop is trying to fix Phasor by making Titans. So yeah, because the Unconphasian population does not grow very fast. And so, Clouddrop's idea was, hey, let's just invade a different planet, guys. Let's just, be the bad guy. Perfect solution, right? Perfect solution. So, yeah, and so this is the greatest disaster. Is basically the planet started to die. Which honestly, just a fun thought. I haven't quite decided if it will happen. But like for the underground world down below, it's either flooding a lot or it's just it's collapsing altogether, which is probably very devastating. But yeah, so this is to answer your question. Mr. Tech Guy, do we have you back yet? Alright, the floor is yours, man.
All right, here we go. So, the question one we already established. Royals have beast forms. We also established how the beast forms work. So that's 2 down.
Mm-hmm.
What determines a beast form, and are they just accentuations of any animal any animal features that they would already possess? For example, Freya's, where it's just a larger dog.
Okay, so I think you were gone, but I did sort of graze over that. No. So I did talk about it. This is going to be exaggerated, but let's say here YouTube, you get to see this for a second. So Empress Clouddrop, she has these 4 ears. She looks very cat-like. She's got like a leaf tail sort of thing. She's gray and purple. We go to this royal here. And let's just say like this is what her royal beast form would look like. Suddenly now she's blue. And so it would look very different. The royal beast forms, they still, I want to say they still depend on what the Unconphasian looks like before they're beast. But at the same time, it doesn't look exactly like they do. So, like, as an example, let's say, because she looks like a cat, suddenly, it's going to determine that she looks like a bird in her beast form. And so that's kind of, like, there are still some contributing factors, but they're not completely identical to what they look like as an Unconphasian.
Next question. Do beast forms give any inherent boost in power or elemental intensity?
So okay, that depends on what. Okay, so like for the beast class, yes, definitely yes. So we had talked about it vaguely. I compared the beast class to like Hulk, right? We love that Avenger. Um, so the beast class here, this is what they look like, right? So they're, again, average height is about like 4 feet to 5'7". That's kind of their range. So they're very small, they're nimble, they've got these hooves, they've got just pretty basic, right? And then we go to their beast form, and suddenly they're really big. And like what's my example? I think his name was Peter. He's mentioned in book 2. Yes. No. Maybe. I think it's 2. Book 2. There's this guy named Peter. He's basically exactly like this, okay? He's fluffy, he's green, and then he turns into this beast form, and he has, like, a bit of plant power, I want to say, so he's kind of got a little planty-ness to him. And he's just inherently stronger, faster, louder. And so we go to the Royals. The Royals, that's kind of the same thing. They're extremely strong. They use their light magic to create like shields. They use their shadow magic to what's the word, to like attack. And in their beast form, they're able to use both light and dark. But in their normal form, they default to either light or dark. So with like Corva, she just has light magic. Emperor Storm, he has shadow magic, and so on. And so this is kind of the differences between stuff. So most basic answer, yes. The beast forms are an enhancement to their power.
Well, as we determined in the first part, the hormones are what determine the sexual dimorphistic traits between each Onchomphasian.
We've
So,
lost
how would the
Iris.
spores-
No, bye, Iris.
Wait, I don't have to do that. I don't have to narrate that.
Oh, we love you, Iris.
How would the spores determine the sexual dimorphistic traits for creatures without traditional hormones?
Uh, So you mean like, let's say like squirrels don't have those hormones? How do you determine the gender or something? Is that?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how they become an Onchomphasian. Because if they're like Pine, because we had talked about it, Pine. If it's something like Pine, where he's been turned into an Onchomphasian through injection, that is, the injection stuff. That is, it's basically messing it all up. So we go to like, it's Ace. Ace was done the proper way through, he inhaled the spores and he just did it normally. There is no messing up. So he could have been just like some random deer that doesn't have any of the sexual hormones that would determine those traits, and so the spores do the rest of the job. And then they look at like the direct physical traits and being like, okay, this is a dude, let's just keep it a dude. So so that would yeah. So that doesn't affect it whatsoever. If it's the traditional way. If it's not, and it's just through injection, then everything's a bit differently put together. And so then it messes it up, and it could also not mess it up. It depends on how much hormones are present, because again, we talked about Pine. He's just a bit sassy. He's just a bit over dramatic, right? And so he got a bit mixed up with his spores and got just a few female traits. But he's still male though. He's still he is still male.
Oh my gosh, the one meme.
The
one
one
meme.
don't you talk to me about that one meme. Oh no.
Okay, keep going.
don't you talk about that. Like say Clay, he is just complete 100 dude. He's got full dude hormones going on. So the body had very little to get confused with. But then we go to like say I want to say it was. Did we talk about? Yeah, so Charlie is extremely deformed, and so is Bailey. In Unconphasian terms. But
They're perfect.
they
in their own way.
are perfectly Bailey knows she's perfect. She knows. But okay, so like hormone mix-ups like Pine, that doesn't happen usually if it's done traditionally. And if it's not done traditionally, then we end up with screw-ups. But honestly, not gonna lie, some of the screw-ups are hot. Some of the screw-ups are very enjoyable. And sometimes we stand for some deformities. Sometimes we really enjoy when there's some deformities on our side.
Yeah, about 11. So
Whoa, okay. That'll fill up the rest of our time, sure.
yeah. So this is kind of packaged with the previous one. How would it determine it for creatures that are also just physically asexual? Like, what's it? Or like physically agender, stuff like that. You know, like jellyfish, the Indominus Rex.
Okay, first, I haven't quite thought about it. Second, just side note, the Indominus Rex will never become an Unconphasian unless someone wants to write like an A.
I found my first piece of fan art.
If you want to, but that will never be canon. Second, just another note. So in that case, we might honestly just say they can't become an Unconphasian, because when you think about it, a jellyfish wouldn't be able to inhale the spores. It wouldn't be able to like eat the spores or anything. I mean, it might be able to eat the spores. I don't know, but like at that point, it would be very, very rare. And if that does end up happening, they would either be like a whole new Unconphasian because it's never been done before, or just another option. The spores go crazy, and the spores decide what it is, because kind of like when you do the injections and we get something like oh, now I don't have a picture of Pine. Oh shucks, guys, I don't have a picture of Pine besides this one. Man, I really gotta add some more pictures to this. I will eventually, but with like Pine, it will then, the spores will just kind of decide, like, based on what they've been provided, they will then, what's the word? Just kind of make their own decisions here. Like they were looking at Pine's hormones and they're like, okay, this is female, let's make it female. Oh crap, no it's not, let's actually just stop making it a female and do this. So then you would get kind of, you might then have a transgender, or not transgender, but I mean I guess the right term, transgender character or person, where they literally have such,
but actually no.
yeah, where they have such a their traits are such a mix where it's like if we go to, let's see, hey YouTube,
I
you
don't
get to see
think either
this.
of us have the authority to determine that.
YouTube gets to see with me. So like if it's just such a mixture of these two, suddenly it's literally a non-binary character. And there's nothing to
So
determine between.
June looks so derpy in that photo.
What do you mean? Guys, be nice to June. June did nothing wrong. we're gonna leave her be. She's
the future and the past.
Guys, this is not a Q&A no more. This is roast my characters. Guys, no, please. Please, no. Please. You know what? You know what I think about it? This is Whipbrain's facial expression, just trying to figure out where June is looking. Oh, man, don't we just love bullying on my favorite characters, man? Okay, but I dare someone to make fun of Prim, because, like,
He's perfect. They're perfect. I don't know
he
who they are, but
okay, Prim is a female.
I see blue eyes and hair. Nothing else.
Prim is a female, and it doesn't. This is a bust shot. This is literally headshot. We don't see it, but trust me, this is a female. this is Prim.
Whoa, the implication on that. What do you mean, trust you? Wild.
Trust me. Okay. Anyway, ooh, I did. Oh, dang.
Anyways,
we should have done this. We should have done this when we had the people here. But Zilorferite. It's an ore that's found on Phasor, and it's a black metal that's used for spacecrafts and heavy armor. It's basically
You ruined it.
oh my question.
That's why you wait until I'm done talking. So,
Bad Mario.
So Zilorferite, is basically like a titanium type material, but it's basically like, hey, I'm titanium, but I'm also 10 times better than titanium. So, yeah, I also have not done too much, digging deep into it. It's mainly just, like, they hardly even mention what the metal is called. Like, they're not gonna say, like, hey, look at my Zilorferite ship made with this beautiful gleaming Zilorferite that's basically titanium, and ooh, look at my Zilorferite armor. Ooh, it's so beautiful and exquisite. Zilorferite. No, they're just gonna, they're probably not even gonna mention what the ship is made out of. They're just gonna call it the Black Ship or something, because it's this dark metal. But, it is just, yeah. You really love.
Actual questions.
Okay.
I do love the soundboard.
You do love the
second favorite thing in the world.
Second favorite thing in the. Oh, I wonder what your most favorite thing is, Whipbrain. Is it your big brain? Actually, that's a bit selfish. I don't think you're a selfish person.
Thank you.
Alright,
anyways,
question. This is a Q&A.
Yeah. Alright. So, this one's pretty basic. I'm pretty sure it's already been answered, or at least will be answered in the book somewhere. I just haven't had concrete confirmation on it. But does the transformation stop if the host dies midway?
No. No, the body gets to suffer. So what happens is when, so this, okay, because this only, okay, traditionally with spores being inhaled, it is so the what's it saying? Okay, so if an Unconphasian inhales spores, there is like nothing usually goes wrong. It is very, very rare that you will die by inhaling the spores. Being injected, however, there is a very, very high chance that you will die. And so what happens with that so your body just kind of goes into a panic mode, and it has the option to accept the transformation or to not accept. And if it does not accept, then the body will just kind of continue to mutate and turn into a very unhappy, disgusting mush of Unconphasian parts and human parts, and you die. And so then it'll kind of sit and mutate into a zombie-looking mushy puddle, and no, I have not drawn it because I just felt like maybe your eyes would not be ready to see that. But it's honestly very similar to what the Plague God can do. Because he can also create certain diseases or poisons or something that might make your head explode. Any other questions? We're gonna end it soon.
A few more.
Okay, just a few more.
Do the Midway bodies still grow mushrooms? And if so, at what point do they? Does it take like full decomposition or?
So you're talking about like previous question, the mutated mush bodies?
Yes. Yeah.
They would grow very small patch, but so it would happen at a very normal pace of like just a normal mushroom, right? It happens as it decays because, you know, fungi are the things that help things decay, right? And they'll eat the decaying matter and stuff like that. And so because the spores are still present, the mushrooms will still grow, but there will be very little of it because it wasn't a successful hosting. And so we don't get full like you don't get a lot of the spores don't make it is what yeah.
Are all of Rhee's mouths functional?
So okay, so actually it is described in book 2. It's kind of like, what's that one animal? I can't remember it, but I think it's like the moray eel or something, where they have a second pair of jaws. And so all these different mouths, you put the food into one of the mouths, and then it goes down into the other, and then into the other, and it just kind of slowly grinds down into the stomach area. So, it's kind of also similar to, say, like, I might be messing up my animal facts, but the cow has 3 stomachs, and so it'll, like, the grass will go into the different stomachs to, like, go through different processes, and so it's kind of similar between the mouths. So, and then, you know, another question, what happens to all her organs that are supposed to be there?
Where
so,
the everything else is?
Where the
Why is
everything
she hitting the Nightmare Fredbear?
So, first, I don't really care. I just wanted it to look cool, and I thought the multiple mouths would look cool. Second, technically, nobody said that these mouths were extremely deep mouths that go all the way into affecting the organs. Because, like, it could just be a first few layers that just, like, maybe the stomach mouth just immediately connects to the, like, to the stomach, and so it's basically just like you eat the food and it immediately fills you. There is a possibility that you are correct. YouTube, what do you think, guys? Is Ree actually Nightmare Golden Freddy?
Nightmare Fredbear.
Nightmare Fredbear, guys. Is it true? Is it true? You know, there is actually one picture of Ree in, like, one specific video on my channel where it's actually her older design where she was actually not even an Unconphasian. But, it basically just showed her with, like, a whole bunch more mouths and she looked more terrifying. She looked more like Nightmare Fredbear or whatever that is. So, yeah.
This. Chat. Ree is Heian Sukuna.
Guys. Guys, is it true? Guys, please don't tell me it's true.
You gotta
No!
jump him.
No! 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 It's the hands, guys! YouTube, look at this. It's the hands, they're right there by the mouths, they're right. Okay, but look at the facial expression. She looks so sad. She doesn't look like she doesn't have numerous eyeballs, but no! Guys, alright. You know what?
It's real. It's real.
Theories go wild. Theories go wild. I'll let it pass.
53,000 IQ play here.
I'll let it pass. But guys.
I think I know my next OC.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
gonna be that, but Ree dressed up as that for like a Halloween costume.
costume. Ree dresses up for Halloween? Guys, no.
Yes.
No.
I now have two perfect characters to do fan art of Ree in.
You know what? Hold on, I'm sharing my screen now so that you can see what I'm talking about. I mean, YouTube can see what I'm talking about, but you can't. You know, this is my and Ree's. This is both of our reactions to your theories here. This is Ree's live reaction to you, man. These outrageous theories. Outrageous. Look at the way that her pupils, you can see her emo eyeball peeking through the curtains. Look at the nostrils, you can see the nose hairs. Look how absolutely disgusted she is at your theory here, man. This is also... I love how this is just the one page. I don't even have to
One
change...
above Bree.
I don't even have to
Bree
change...
too.
I don't even have to change my slide. They all agree.
It's just straight perfect. Yeah, the stupid baby cow face.
Stupid baby cow face. You know what? This is like... she's having a... Charlie is having a brain fart here, because you know what you want to know? Is, like, this is not a spoiler, by the way. You will very clearly learn this, but Charlie is, like, down bad for Ree. Like, down bad. Like, they first meet, you wanna know what Ree does? She punches her face and makes her nose bleed, and Charlie was like, that's my wife. You know what? I'm the author here, and I don't even understand why. Cause like...
Also, we need to make stupid baby cow face a soundboard effect.
Stupid baby cow face. We need to get... I want voice actors now. I want to get people that want to do voice acting, and I want Ree to actually say it. Like, stop looking at me with that stupid baby cow face. Look at this stupid baby cow face. Also, again, this is older art. She definitely has a revamp from this, because her eyeballs are a bit tiny, just a bit tiny.
Also looking completely different directions.
I mean, no, these eyes are...
One of them.
These eyes are looking in the same direction, and these eyes are looking in the same direction. See?
Oh yeah, I see.
Kind of.
Also, the stupid baby cow face was so strong that it knocked the leg off of my desk.
Oh. Dang. We gotta put Charlie away, man. She's too strong. She too strong.
All right,
This man's
here's
breath
like the
is
first
too
like,
strong. He's too. His
holy
breath is too strong, man.
get out.
I think our Q&A has turned more into just a what's it?
Q&M, questions and memes.
Questions and memes. Honestly, yeah, that is. We should start calling it that after this. Questions and memes, guys.
Mm.
Chat,
like
it
it.
might be peak.
Also,
Yes.
here's like the big, huge, like 5-parter one question,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all about flying tribe Uncomphasians. Pretty much any of them that can fly, but mainly like wind.
Yes.
So, here we go. Are flying tribe Uncomphasians less dense overall? Are their bones hollow? Do they have a one-way circulatory system? Do those specific tribe attributes adapt to the location? Example being lower oxygen levels higher up. Would that make them pass out?
Huh. Magic.
I know a lot about birds.
Magic. You know what? I'm throwing the magic card. This is like one of the first times I've thrown the magic card, but magic.
You've
I
activated
don't
my magic card.
you know what? Uno reverse. You know what? I don't care. You know what? I just thought they were pretty and they had an aesthetic and
Well, guess what? You're talking to the bird nerd.
yeah, but I don't care. I just
I have 5 questions left.
okay, well, I just kind of thought like I don't know. I just didn't care.
Bird people are cool.
Yeah. They're cool. And
Alright,
also
so-
the bug people, that's a whole other story cuz they're bugs. They're bugs. Yes.
So, is the home planet Phasor larger, which we answered? It's about the size of Jupiter, you said. Smaller, it's about the size of Jupiter. Less or more oxygen, if oxygen at all, for everybody that lives there. And does it have larger or more or less gravity?
It is pretty much the same as what you would find on Earth. Given that the solar system, the way it's balanced out, it's basically the same. Again, gonna give like a very vague magic card here and just say, boom, it works because it works. Gravity,
Boom.
I
Magic.
would say the gravity is just vaguely less
Do you
than Earth.
Believe in gravity.
If you care to find me in a western sky.
Anyway. Anyway, okay. So it's very vaguely like you would be able to jump a little higher on Phasor than on Earth. The gravity's a little less. You have a little less gravity there. Oxygen
Well, that
is
doesn't make
pretty.
sense.
Why wouldn't?
It's large. Can I get a number 9
maybe,
large?
Okay, maybe Phasor is actually the smallest planet in the solar system. Ever think about that? Ever think about that? Ever think about that? Ever think about that?
No.
Ever think about that? So
Okay.
So Phasor is I'm kind of pulling the magic card, but I'm also just saying like there's a few vague reasons that you can come up with, you know?
So, are there other alien species, sentient or otherwise, besides Uncomphasians and pennies, which I can't remember?
The Fast Clans. So, the Fast Clans and the Uncomphasians are currently
Those.
the only sentient species. yes, duh. There are other creatures besides Onconphasians and Phascleans, but they are not sentient. The closest to sentient would be kind of uh, like, crows and stuff. You know how, like, we have crows that they're super, super smart, but they're birds, and so they don't have, like, they're still a bit animalistic. And so, Phasor has a very similar thing, where yeah,
I see. I see.
yes.
All right. So, are Uncomphasians the only magical species? If not, what are the others?
Um, I feel like we had talked about it. It might be in our other conversation, but so, um, for sentient between the Phascleans and the Onconphasians have a lot more magic than the Phascleans. The Phascleans do have a magic, but it's more of an uncontrolled group magic. It is not a magic that they can, like, purposely control. It's sort of just a natural magic that just happens when it happens. And, and, um, so there's not a lot of magic from other species. If it's like some other species that like that does have magic, it would be kind of similar to the Phascleans, where it's kind of not a magic that they can really control very well, um or like a very weak magic, mainly because the other species don't have the Zolphorite in their blood, like like the others do. Um, the Zolphorite. Oh my gosh, guys, Zaruvite. Zaruvite is what I said. That's I never said anything else. I only said one thing, and that was Zaruvite. um. Well, anyway. Yeah, that should. Yeah. Um. So no, not really. There isn't really any other magics that the other. Like nothing else really has. The same levels of Zaruvite to the point where they would have magic that they can control.
All right. So, one quick question,
Yes.
mainly for flying tribes.
Do you believe in gravity?
I cut that off too early. It's supposed to say, "Do you believe in gravity?"
Oh no. Well, they do still have gravity. But again, so something cool. The elevation stuff with all the very large cliffs and whatnot. Um, the large cliffs areas, that's usually where they are, and so they get
We're
a
in,
lot
we're
of,
in the home stretch here.
yeah.
3 questions left.
Mhm.
Why can't a human just be born with magic? Is Zaruvite the only provider of said magic within the universe?
Okay, here big revelation, guys. Humans do not humans do not live on Phasor. They live on Daratane. Diratane. Diratane does not have any Zaruvite whatsoever. Humans do not have magic. That's boom, done. They do not have magic because there is no Zaruvite there at all. Zaruvite is found in the soil of Phasor, deep down, which is then sucked up into the Phasor mushrooms, and then the Phasor mushrooms then translate the Zaruvite into
All
their
right,
hosts.
that answered one of my upcoming questions.
Yep. Okay.
So, a human can be born with magic, and Zaruvite is the only provider of magic in the universe.
What I wouldn't. Okay, so I wouldn't say it's the only provider. It's mainly okay, because we're gonna break the fourth wall here. As Faith, the god of this multiverse here, or this universe, only a few certain solar systems work with Zaruvite. A few others, like we have like my sirens and my dragons and stuff. They have magic that is just, you know, normal magic without any cause, or they have like other ways that they get their magic. And so no, but for the two solar systems of Fazor and Diratane, Zaruvite is where they would get their magic.
I see. I see.
Yes.
All right. So, were the original Titans the beginning of magic in this universe?
So for Phasor, again, this was kind of in part 2 or part 1, sorry. In part 1 where
Their blood was pretty much entirely Zaruvite.
no. Going to the first Titans. The first Titans were born when the solar system was born. They were born at the very, very beginning. And so, technically, technically, yes. Yes, they were the very beginning of magic. Because Phasor was apparently, you know, this is only, cultural, folklore type stuff, so it's not necessarily true, but it's also not necessarily false. But like technically the Titans made Fazor. They were born with Fazor, and so when the first Titans were born, Phasor was born. And so that's kind of how that works. Is like it was just kind of boom, now there's magic, now there's a solar system, now there's a star, now there's so it was kind of just the beginning of everything.
So, my last question
Yes.
is the core of Fazor effectively just made out of the original Titan's blood?
No, I wouldn't. Okay, so no, the Fazor wasn't made by their bodies. It was just made like, okay, so you know the theories of how solar systems are made, you know, a star explodes and then boom, and then, you know, the planets come into being and whatnot. So with Fazor, that's, you know, the planet was just kind of made, so it has a similar core to a normal planet. And so this is also I'm kind of tying this in with like the tectonic plate question that we had a little earlier. I'm not entirely sure yet. I haven't decided if I want that to be an Easter egg that only certain people know, or if that's something that's ever going to get brought up ever. But currently, Phasor is kind of just a hollow planet. Because again, we have like the underground society that's like under the oceans, and those, like, that's kind of just makes it hollow. And I kind of like the idea of a very hollow planet where there is no center, and in theory, like, you can see, YouTube can see it, but these dark spots here are openings into the under section of the world, like under the crust.
I went over that a little earlier.
Yeah, and so that would be like, in theory, you could basically just like travel right through the planet. Like, say you were doing like a light speed traveling in your cool spaceship, you could basically just go right through Fazor if you aimed right through there.
Room.
Yeah. Anyway,
well, that was all my questions.
Yeah. Okay, I think that was pretty good. And hey, we had some people. I think it might not happen soon. It might be in a few months or so, but we might do another one, and it might be all about the Phascleans when I get more information on them, because I know
plenty of time to form some questions.
All this stuff about all the Unconphasians, but then, you know, we get to the Phascleans, and this is all we got. Is Penny.
You could title the book, you could title the book centered around Hope's perspective, A New Hope.
Ah!
It's actually called Hope is Lost.
Aww.
And then we have what's it, Raza. Raza is also a name for hope and faith, right? So that book is then called Losing Hope.
Huh?
I'm not spoiling anything, but if you know, you know. But I think
Dude, no, they took everything. That was my entire life saving.
More of a spoiler than you think it is, but also nowhere near a spoiler at all.
Yeah. So, so yeah, I'll definitely drop a date at some point when I feel confident enough that I have enough information about the Phaz clans, and then I might even get a map of Gyratan, guys.
That's a wonderful idea.
Just maybe.
I'm getting out all the soundboard wiggles.
You're getting out all of your soundboard fun. Well, yeah, I think that is.
This has been a blast.
Yeah, it's been pretty fun. We got through a lot. I got to hear him showcasing a bunch of. I had nothing to actually share. I just kind of shared these beautiful images because, I
Well,
I
see
have them
y'all.
all here, Oh, hey, wait, look! We love this guy. Don't we all? Look at this fun little guy.
Yeah. This
Okay.
has been a blast. It's been great getting to do this. See ya.
Yeah, it's getting a little late. let's
Hopefully
call
some
it a
more
night.
people here.
Yeah, see you
Yeah,
all
night.
later. Thank you.